obviously you went small there at the end and to get that last stop. Maybe what led you to going there? I know Plumlee had played a little bit in the fourth, but then that last stop where Reed missed the three, you got the rebound. What made you go small lineup there?
You know, I think it was a few things. I think we were up three. Felt like we wanted to just kind of protect, try and guard the three-point line, the attention to there. So with Kevin's length and Royce's toughness and Ryan's, you know, kind of toughness and length and athleticism, you know, we went with that group, and, you know, they were able to get a big stop and a big rebound for us.
And then obviously on the other side of that, Nurkic, you didn't play probably from 6:50 into that last bit. What led you to going that route with not playing?
Mason was great tonight, you know, so I think you know, our team, the bench, you know, it's early. I think it's only 4 games, whatever it is, but lots of different guys on the bench have stepped up and played well, and, you know, it's early for Mason, but I thought he was fantastic tonight. So, you know, sometimes, you know, there's different versions of going with the hot hand, defensively and energy and all those things. I thought Mason really had a big positive impact on the game, so we kind of rolled with him.
The other thing I had was just to be able to scrap and get a win like that, considering what happened last week. What are you most pleased with tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the toughness, the edge that the guys are, you know, developing and growing, the competitiveness. That's what we talk about, competing. You know, when you can, you know, take a punch like that in the first quarter, lean on your defense to get back in it, really lean on your defense the whole night. That's, you know, I feel like if we can develop a defensive identity, a defensive toughness, you know, we'll just keep working and trying to get better on the other end. But having that edge, that competitiveness on defense, I think tonight, you know, really stood out.
Do you think that's the best defense you guys have played this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I thought, again, it's only 4 games in. There's been stretches in each of the games where the defense has been at a pretty high level. And, you know, the hard thing is to sustain it for 48 minutes. That'll be a challenge. That'll be something we talk about during the year. And but certainly to go down like we did, and, you know, I really feel like it was our defense that allowed us to get back in it and find a way to win. So, you know, good effort there.
LeBron had kind of a tough offensive night. Was there anything in particular you were happy about how you guys defended him?
No, you know, I mean, he's such a great player. He always deserves a ton of attention, a ton of effort. You know, there was, I thought, you know, the individual pride, and the guys guarding him. You know, again, I thought Mace, his verticality, his length at the rim. You know, even other guys, Royce and Ryan, are developing a knack for contesting shots and making it tough in the paint. Kevin's length at the rim. So I think it's a little bit of everything. You know, and sometimes they just have an off night. He's such a great player. You know, I don't know if it was anything that we did.
Book and KD both had it going tonight. What did you like about the balance between those two?
Yeah, you know, I thought Book was, you know, finding a way to get to his spots and get some of his looks. I thought, you know, created some threes for him, and then the same thing for Kevin. You know, he got to his spot a couple times, got good shots. So, you know, they're just great players finding a way to get it done for us.
Feels like Ryan has had an impact every time he's come in. What is it about him that's made him so effective when he's gotten in here?
Well, you know, I think, you know, we've talked a little bit about trying to develop a defensive identity, a toughness, a competitiveness, and, you know, that's probably the definition of Ryan Dunn. You know, I think he gives us an edge on defense. He gives us length and athleticism, takes on tough matchups. I think he's a rim protector, you know, even at his size, a rebounder. And he's making shots and, you know, in transition, layup. Just he's doing all the little things that go into winning.
Does his confidence in tight games like this surprise you so early in his career?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're all getting to know each other, so, you know, Ryan's not any different than the whole group, and I think his teammates have done an amazing job of kind of supporting him, encouraging him, letting him know, you know, how much they believe in him and to be aggressive, to be confident. And, I mean, it's one thing for the coach to say it, but when you have your teammates telling you and encouraging you, it just makes all the difference in the world. So I think the leadership from, you know, our veterans, from our big dogs, has been really impactful on Ryan.
Royce's plus minus has been through the roof through 4 games. What do you think about his game allows for him to impact it in the way that he does, despite being a guy who takes like 5 shots a game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all the little things that go into winning. You know, it's getting a loose ball, it's getting a rebound, it's fighting through screens, verticality at the rim, getting to second actions offensively. He just keeps things moving. He just, you know, there's lots of little subtle things that go into winning. And Royce just really understands those and does them night after night. And, you know, he's been super, super impactful for us.
With Ryan's screen navigation, is that some of the best you've seen from a guy that young that you've coached?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think, you know, for a guy to just come out of college, even though, I mean, he has got you know, some experience there, some years, but his ability to get through screens, his ability to impact the game defensively, and again, it's early. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got, you know, there's some mistakes he's making, but he's learned every time he makes one. He wants to know about it. He wants to learn from it. His commitment has been high level, and there's been a lot of great plays for him defensively.
Mike, how does a coaching staff get a team, especially one that's so offensively gifted, how do you guys get them to buy into having a defensive identity?
I mean, you know, we work on it in practice. You know, I think the guys, I think there's a competitiveness, an edge to our group that, yes, no doubt we have a lot of offensive firepower, a lot of talent, but I think those guys know that for them to win, for us to win, they've got to be great defensively. We've got to be great defensively, and you know, and some nights it may be our offense, but you know, hopefully every night we can bring our defense, and so we're going to continue to harp on that.
Coach, when you go small with Kevin Durant, you put him at the 5. How can you use his length and just versatility at that position to alter more shots at the basket?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, you know, the combination of kind of he and Royce and maybe Ryan, not always Ryan, but Royce and Kevin, when we, you know, put out kind of the 5 small guys and whoever you want to call the 5, I just, you know, I think at the end of the day, Kevin's length can change the game at the rim. I think he's been rebounding at a high level. He's just been doing all the little things when we go to that lineup. And I think the guards have been getting back in and rebounding. Royce, you know, physical. So, but, you know, Kevin's length, at the end of the day, he's got the length to change and impact the game defensively if we go to the kind of that grouping.
Coach, the last couple of games, you guys have done a much better job of closing out games. How much emphasis have you put on that, considering the issues that the team had last year regarding closing out games?
Yeah, I mean, we've worked on it some, and, you know, I think there's nothing like having games that kind of put you, you know, in the lab, put you in the pressure cooker, and, you know, credit to the players. You know, they've been good down the stretch in, you know, several different situations, and we've worked on it some in practice, but there's nothing like getting these game reps. And, you know, I think that they're just, you know, they believe in each other. They believe we can finish games, close games. You know, tonight I think it was Brad and no Tyus, and nights it's going to be Tyus. We need to be able to do it different ways, and it's just a credit to the players. All right, thanks, guys.
Just down the stretch for you guys in a pretty close game there.
Tough shot making by Kevin Durant. And just defending, try to make them make the toughest shot as possible. And you know, they hit a couple, but you know, we just stayed with it. Got some big rebounds, and then you know, just ended up coming out with it.
You and Kev both had it going tonight. What did you like about the balance in terms of both of you being able to get to your spots and get going?
Just trying to be aggressive, just, you know, still finding those areas in the parts of the game, you know, just to get the easiest looks. With Ty setting the table, you know, trying to get out in transition, you know, don't let people get to our bodies and switch anything, just play faster.
You made that save near the end of the game. Could you see who you were saving it to?
I knew he was in the area. That was an iffy play, because you never know. I probably should have held on to it, took the out of bounds and set our defense, but it worked. Yeah.
Look, you guys held LeBron to 11 points on 3 of 14 shooting tonight. What did you like about your team's defensive execution?
Just throwing multiple bodies at him and, you know, trying to make it tough on him. You know, trying to wear him out throughout the game and, that's hard to do. I mean, we seen his last game versus Sacramento on the second night of a back-to-back, at his age is just simply unheard of. So, guys like that, you just want to try to wear them down the most you can, and switching bodies between Royce, Brad, and Ryan, they all did an excellent job on them.
It's been close games for you guys all year, despite that Royce is plus 71
Wow.
in 4 games. What does he do on the floor that allows for him to impact winning to that degree, despite being a guy that doesn't take many shots?
That play from last game, make a layup on one end and, a block on the other end within 3-4 seconds. Just all the intangibles. And at the same time, will knock down the open shot when he needs to. So he's really important for our team.
Coach complimented the confidence that you've given Ryan. And do you remember getting that from like PJ and some of the guys in your rookie year, where it really helped you get comfortable quickly?
Yeah. And then I was just, I had a lot of opportunity too. So I was kind of just thrown into the fire and, had some great vets, but at the same time, just learned through experience. Yeah, I was fortunate to be in that situation.
What are you guys doing defensively? You feel that's led to being able to hold teams under lower numbers than you guys did last season?
I mean, we have different players. I think we're still can be better on that end. We're still figuring things out and talking through huddles, and coaches open to anything and what's effective. So, we've tried many different coverages. I think we're in the part of the season we're trying to figure out what works the best for us, and it usually depends on matchup and who you're playing against. So, we have a rotation. We have different looks that we're doing. So it's not just necessarily one thing.
Plumlee and Dunn, didn't just have some stops, but some really physical ones, like stuffs at the rim and stuff like that. Do you think both of them are kind of giving this team a little more of a harder edge mentality on that side of the court?
Yeah, 100%. They take it personal, and it's a domino effect throughout the whole team. So, we all know what we're capable of on the offense end, and we know how we need to show that is getting a stop and getting out in transition.
The way Ryan's able to just stick with guys and get around screens, I guess his screen navigation, that's some of the best you've seen out of a young guy that you play with.
Yeah.
What makes him, at such a young age, I guess, so adept at that end?
I think, he just carries himself more mature. He has a mature lifestyle. His body's developed. He's strong. He's not scrawny. He doesn't need to put on weight or get stronger in this department. Like his athleticism is already at a top NBA level, and he's using it. So, he's gonna learn some things along the way that are gonna make things easier on that. But having the competitive fight to do what you said, to fight over screens and just want to compete, that's step one, and he has that.
Look, I know Nurk might not be out to the start that he wants to be so far, but what kind of things are you guys imparting on him, or if you just want to speak to the confidence you have in him to turn around and get back to who he is?
I mean, what is this, year 10 for Nurk also? He understands, what it is, and, you never want the weight when you play bad, and, he's a competitor, so he's going to come in, he's going to play better, and we're going to rally behind him. We're going to do whatever we need to do, and, we know what he's capable of. We've seen it last game, so, we're with him.
Devin, first off. Last one. Devin, first off, nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, too.
Coach talked about the defensive identity and you guys trying to build that. In your opinion, from what you did at the Olympics, usually aren't the best player, just what do you believe goes into building a solid defensive identity?
Communication, one, I think that's the most important. And then two, just what we were saying about Ryan, just, the willingness to compete and actually take matchups personal and take when somebody scores on you personal. Let it piss you off, let it get you mad, and, you should wear that.
Thanks, bro.
Yep.
What do you think made the difference for you guys, especially on the defensive end down the stretch?
Yeah, I think, us just staying together, keeping our composure. They got out to a lead early on in the game, and, we stuck through the whole game, grinding it out. We got stops, when we needed, and, important rebounds and finish on the other end.
You guys had small down the stretch for a couple of stretches there. I know that do you enjoy having, lengthy defenders like Ryan Dunn and Kevin Durant beside you when you guys go to those types of things?
Yeah, I mean, we use it to our advantage. Length, speed, versatility. I mean, we can switch ball screens, stay, protecting the rim, and then, just covering for each other. I think that's the biggest thing.
You played with Kevin for quite a bit now, last year when I was in Brooklyn. Is there something that maybe everyone takes for granted, just watching him play?
I mean, I think just, the things he do, his leadership, his tough baskets. I mean, he puts in the work every day. He leads by example. And then, just to see, his labor and the fruits just out there just making everything look so easy. I mean, he been in this league for a long time. And, playing against him and being on his team is special.
Royce, what do you like so far about the way you guys are closing some of these games? What's going to be key to continue building on that?
I think just, us sticking together. We got to get stops when we absolutely need them. Big-time rebounds, us just staying connected, talking to each other out there. I mean, we got to rely on each other, one through, all the guys. So, I mean, it's just not one person, it's everybody.
We talked about contagious plays like yours from last game tonight. Brad had that one strip in transition, and Book had that save where he dove out of bounds. How important is it to kind of stack moments like those as you're trying to build the defensive edge?
Big time. I mean, we feed off those moments. I mean, it's a whole team effort. I think that just shows how much we want to win games, how connected we are to each other. We know every possession counts, and, we're not taking any possessions off.
That block you had on Anthony Davis and when you got back and then you fouled him, was that just basically something where, you pretty much had to assert yourself being that you did so dominant in the first half against her?
I think just taking the challenge and guarding whoever. I mean, I try to guard 1 through 5. Make things tough for guys. Take away their looks that they want to get, and me just competing every possession, make things hard for them.
You were a vital part in guarding LeBron tonight. What did you like about your guys' execution on him?
We just, it was a group effort. Brad started on him. Then I come in, Ryan, everybody who guarding them. I think, us just being connected, we know, they love attacking the basket as a team, so we try to take away, those easy looks for them.
Royce, today at shoot-around, I asked you what you guys have to do to limit the Lakers getting to the free throw line. You told me simply don't foul them. You guys shot 2 more free throws on them. How do you think you guys did?
I guess we won the free throw battle, but, we still got to limit our fouls. We had crucial fouls that we just can't, give them easy possessions, especially free throws, so just learning from those.
Thanks, Royce.